Today's the day, guys. Today I have my sinus surgery. I am having a balloon sinuplasty this afternoon. I'll take you guys along so you can know what to expect in case you end up needing to have it done. All right, it's about to get real. I am heading in for a procedure called a balloon sinuplasty in about an hour and a half. So I am to eat a light meal. They want me to go ahead then and take 2 different medicines, one for pain, one for anxiety, as well as a stomach pill. To take those an hour before to start letting those kick in. Hopefully I don't get too loopy, but we'll see. I have no tolerance to anything along those lines, and so typically those medicines affect me pretty strongly. But I am genuinely hoping for a routine procedure and hopefully no complications. I've been assured it's a 1 to 2 day recovery, so hopefully I am normal. That's what you want to be in the healthcare world. So I took the medicine about 15 minutes ago. I am already a little lightheaded, a little headache, and getting really sleepy. So this might be interesting here. So I have the medicine in my system, and they are going to come in soon to start giving me shots to numb my face. So they just sprayed stuff up my nose to clean everything out, and it was awful. It felt like liquid gum, like mint gum getting sprayed up and through, and it already gave me a little bit of a nosebleed and my eyes are watering. So that was just the pre-stuff. So we'll see how the actual procedure is gonna go. So they did the rinse, and now they have put these pledgets in. I think I said that wrong. And basically they are way back in there, and they're gonna numb me, and then they'll come back in and push them in further to numb me even more. So now I have a mustache, which was not a development I was expecting. So I ended up having to take the second Valium. I have always been weird about stuff touching my face, and these strings on my lips and cheeks was about to drive me crazy. So I went ahead and took the second one. I'm actually really glad I did, because I'm chilled out a lot more now. Still alert, still not too out of it, but definitely getting loopy at this point. We have the deeper strips in there getting me all the way numb, and then they will come back with the needles to numb me the rest of the way. So we're making our way through. Once they had me completely numb, they run the catheter up into those different sinus areas, did a 3 count, then counted to 3 once the balloon was inflated, and then exited very quickly. All right, I just finished my procedure and heading out of the office. For some reason, my teeth will not stop chattering. I think they said there was some epinephrine in the medicine they put in my sinuses, and it makes your heart rate jump, which is what happened when I had my babies, and it made my teeth chatter then too. So teeth are super chattery. Not the worst thing in the world. I think my pain was briefly a 9 out of 10 for about a split second, but for the most part it was just uncomfortable. The numbing took the longest out of everything. The procedure itself only took about 20 minutes. I did end up, like I said, having to take the other Valium just because I was getting more nervous. The longer I waited, I had to take the other one, and it definitely helped. They were all so nice, so helpful. Right now, so 20 minutes after the procedure, my nose just is burning. My throat's still a little bit numb, and I'm bleeding slightly, but it's not that bad. I was worried I would just be draining blood and gunk as soon as I left, and I'm not. So fingers crossed that that's the case. Overall, it was just weird. It was just a weird procedure, lots of weird sounds and weird sensations, and so now we'll just have to see how I feel the rest of the day and tomorrow, but so far everything's gone well. So we made it back home. I am still very loopy about tripped up the stairs because of the Valium. Overall, my nose is actually not bleeding, which is kind of surprising. I thought it still would be at this point. I am very, very tired from the medicine and just from the stress of the procedure, so I'm going to take a nap, hopefully, and then we'll see how I'm feeling afterwards. But so far, the procedure was painful, don't get me wrong, but so far I'm doing pretty well. All right, so it is the morning after my balloon sinuplasty, and surprisingly, I am feeling okay. So I ended up taking one more round of Tylenol about 9 o'clock last night, really just in case. I've not had hardly any pain, and now this morning that really holds true. I'm not hurting at all. Now, the funny thing was, I got home yesterday, I don't even know what time it was. I was so out of it. It was about 3:30 or 4.
I went and laid in my bed. I fell asleep about 5 o'clock yesterday evening. And aside from waking up a couple times to get the medicine and grab a drink of water, I didn't wake up until 6 o'clock this morning. So I ended up sleeping 13 hours last night, mostly because of the medicines that were in my system. Now, you can hear it in my voice, and the only symptom that I'm having right now is I'm very congested. I sound like I have a really bad cold. I don't think my nose even looks swollen. I didn't get black eyes. They told me I wouldn't, and I don't think I have any. Honestly, the only bothersome symptom is that I'm really congested. And once I lay back in kind of a reclined position, all of that goes away. Now that I'm upright, I can definitely feel a little bit more. I have a little bit of a headache kind of behind my eyeball like I normally do with sinus headaches. I think I will probably take a little bit more Tylenol, just try to eat and drink as normally as I can, maybe a little extra water. But all in all, this surgery went incredibly well, and I can't wait to see how I feel a week from now, because I already feel better. When I got home last night, I already could breathe through my nose better than I could before the procedure. Now everything has swollen, reacting to the surgery. Now it's all swollen again, but once that swelling goes down, I have a feeling it's going to really have helped the problem that I went for. I had the surgery done in the first place because I had tons of headaches. I was always congested. I joked that I sounded like Ray Ramone from Everybody Loves Raymond because my nose was just always so full of fluid. And now I'm hopeful that a lot of that will go away. I would get ear popping quite often, and anytime the weather would change, I'd get an earache. I was also getting really frequent sinus and ear infections. So it's definitely time to have the procedure done. It was an odd procedure. They shrunk my turbinates on both sides as well as my septum. And when they shrunk those, he warned me, but he was right. It ended up just smelling like they were burning something, like burnt hair, because they kind of almost cauterize it. I don't think that's quite what they were doing, but they kind of push on it with either this really hot or really cold, I couldn't tell which, stick. And as they pushed, it would kind of burn, and it only hurt a few times. During the surgery, there were a few moments that were really painful, I won't lie, but they lasted a split second. And the doctor was really great about warning me of when pressure was coming, warning me when it might hurt a little bit, and gave me full permission to hit the pause button if we needed to. I never needed to. So things really went very well. Happy I had the surgery done, hoping to see some more improvements over the next week.
All right, so here we are, 24 hours after balloon sinuplasty. So all in all, I'm feeling pretty good. I was able to do a little bit of farm work today. I actually probably did a little more than I should have, but I took a few just kind of laying down rest breaks, and that was enough to get me going again. I've just kind of been draining mostly clear fluid, very slight twinge of blood, but nothing bad, nothing gunky or gross like I was worried it was going to be. They tell you can go back to work the next day, and I probably could have, but I'm actually really glad I'm at home. I think I'm actually going to go take another nap. The biggest thing for me is I'm just really tired, probably more from the medicine, I have a feeling, than from the procedure itself. 24 hours out, still no pain. I took some Tylenol this morning, but otherwise I haven't taken anything, and I feel really surprisingly pretty well. I can breathe through my nose. I was worried I wouldn't be able to after surgery, but I can. And I am already noticing less pressure in my ears and less pain behind my eyes compared to what I typically have with sinus symptoms. So really looking forward to the next week, but this was what the first 24 hours after balloon sinuplasty looked like. Hope this helps somebody.